Neymar would do the challenge himself. And he took more time to address what he made of all this.
E muitas das vezes eu sou mais rápido que os jogadores e mais leve, né? E acaba fazendo a falta. O juiz está ali para isso. Né? Você acha que eu quero ficar sofrendo falta toda hora? Não, porque dói, machuca. Depois dos jogos eu fico fazendo gelo 4, 5 horas. É complicado. Só que quem não entende disso, quem não viveu isso de verdade, nunca vai saber.
You've all experienced it, boys.
What's it like?
Well, you don't ice yourself for 4 or 5 hours.
Who does that?
Because
Have you ever?
the ice gets, after about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes max, you need to have a break and go somewhere, so that's nonsense. He does get some painful challenges, but the ones we saw in the World Cup were not, particularly the one in the Mexico game, where there was a little, and technically it was a red card.
Yeah, just stomp.
But it wasn't, it wasn't enough to roll around. So I think it's quite fun that the actual kids themselves are now actually taking the fun out of him. And he, let's hope it's an antic-free season at PSG.
There is going to be pressure on him, isn't it, to try and address his critics. And we talked about him with his shoe balanced on the head and the other sort of things. Now, surely it's a case of buckling down.
Well, it should be. Listen, it is funny. The videos are funny. But the truth is that what you really want to be remembered as? You know, this is a guy who wants to be, or certainly, I think, moved to PSG to be the #1 player in the world. He's making himself into a clown. He's going to be the #1 clown in the world instead of the best player. When you've got kids and every generation making fun of what you do on the field, we're not talking about scoring goals or making chances or carrying yourself with dignity. We're talking about turning yourself into a clown.
Look, good for him for embracing this. The video with the kids, it shows another
he's
side to him.
Embracing
but
it.
he's using
trying to
it.
smear over
he's
it
using
to
it. But,
try and get rid of it.
Here's
He's embracing
Here's the
it.
thing, Stevie. You said he went to PSG to be the best player in the world. For the first time in his career, since he left and he went to PSG, there is adversity. There is, you are no longer the best player, maybe not even on our team.
And what's he
All of a
doing?
sudden, Kylian Mbappe is overtaking him, and I think he's talked about being faster and lighter than everybody. That's why he gets fouled. No, because he wasn't 100% of the World Cup, because he couldn't do that. He was all of a sudden on the ground with the theatrics, rolling around, and now he sees his teammate overshadowing him. I think this is an act of a petulant child. This is him lashing out. When you look at all of a sudden, everything I do is news. Look at me. Why me? Why me? It's like it's like Balotelli. Why always Mario? Now he's got this attitude. Why Neymar?
If he's bright enough, right? If he's bright enough, the way to get round this is to go the opposite way, because the more he rolls, the more the antics, the more the gamesmanship, the more the clown scenarios, the more of a target he becomes. So it only hastens to add to the aggression of the defenders, midfielders, or opponents, because you're going to want to nail him every time. If he can go the opposite way and start toughening himself up and roll his sleeves up and ride the challenges and pick himself up when he's not seriously injured and look people in the eye, he's got a much better chance. He's got a much better chance of showing players that he can beat them that way, because you certainly won't beat them by rolling around. You'll only incense them, and that's going to make it more difficult.
Some quotes from Jurgen Klopp have been dragged up. Just a reminder of what he had to say in 2016. If you bring one player in for £100 million and he gets injured, then it all goes through the chimney. The day that this is football, I'm not in a job anymore, because the game is about playing together. Other clubs can go out and spend more money and collect top players. Here's the kicker in it. I want to do it differently. I would even do it differently if I could spend that money. Meanwhile, this week he said it's not a long thought, to be honest. It's only that you need to have a little talk with the owners. This is about the signing of Allison. They were quite excited, so we did it. I think it's something we have to do. He has nothing to do with the price. We have nothing to do with the price. It's the market. That's how it is. And we will not think a lot about it.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to run for long, but it's topical at the moment because of his quotes, his historical quotes.
Yeah.
Now, it's not an issue because that's the way the game has gone. You need money to compete, and you need money to buy the big players at the higher end of the market. That being said, clearly now the Coutinho money has come in, and some money for others and some money from the Fenway Sports Group, the owners. He seems quite happy to go out and spend it now, because I think he's realised, look, I'm competing with the big spending Man City, and they are X amount of points in front last year, dominant by. So far, it was frightening, and he knows he has to spend.
He'll regret those comments, though, won't he, Stevie? A couple of years ago?
No, I don't think he will. Listen, he's not. I don't think he's the type of guy that is going to lose any sleep over it.
But here's the thing, yeah, they signed United signed Pogba. He poo-poos on spending lots of money. 2 years later, he's the one spending lots of money. After saying that he wouldn't do it that way.
He's accumulatively, yes, but he's not going out and spending 120 million on anybody. There are 3 or 4 other teams that.
But they've spent more money on a goalkeeper and a centre-back than anyone ever has, ever.
But they've just 65 million.
Right.
What's 65 million today?
On a goalkeeper, it's more than anybody's ever spent on a goalkeeper.
But they need a goalkeeper. That's the market, and that's
Manchester United needed a central midfielder when they got Pogba.
We were sitting here talking about how we were going crazy that Coutinho could go for 120, and you got Neymar going for 200 million or whatever. 60 million compared to that.
60 million for a goalkeeper. Man United needed a midfielder, and one of the top midfielders in the world was Paul Pogba, and they paid the money for him. He poo-pooed that. Now he's paying. Is it a world record fee for a goalkeeper?
Yes. Yeah.
He's paying a world record fee for a goalkeeper. So it's slightly hypocritical, is it not?
Listen, wait. There's a guy just signed for Everton. A second-tier player who's just gone for 50 million.
That's not the point.
So hold on a second.
That's all hearsay. It's all rumours at the moment, just to confirm.
Oh, right, OK.
But it's not the point.
That doesn't count anymore.
But Marco Silva didn't come out.
It's a player. He's a football player.
But it doesn't matter.
You can say he's the most expensive goalkeeper or whatever. At the end of the day, he's a football player.
But you're missing the point.
And Liverpool need one. And that's what the market price is.
But the problem is, Jurgen Klopp said, if I had 100 million, I wouldn't spend it this way. I wouldn't want to spend it. I want to do it my way. When he's doing it exactly what United did 2 years ago.
Well, I'll tell you what I would tell you. If he had the funds and he decided on following through with what he said a couple of years ago, it'd be a dereliction of duty to Liverpool and Liverpool fans. That's what it would be.
Correct. So it was a nonsense statement.
So at
it was a nonsense statement.
He probably believed it
or anybody
because
else.
he didn't have the money. When he made the statement, he wouldn't have had the money, and at the time he believed it. But now the money's available. I mean, really, we'd be slaughtering him. I'd be slaughtering him if he didn't go and use that money.
No, the right thing to do is spend the money. Liverpool have got the money.
Right.
They're in good financial footing. They've increased the capacity at the stadium. They got to the Champions League final. Commercially, things, I suppose, are looking up for them. But it's a bit hypocritical to sit there and slaughter Man United and whoever else for going out spending money when clearly he's doing exactly the same thing.
We haven't talked about Richarlison that much during his career at Watford, and for good reason. He's not exactly set the world on fire, but what a 3 months he must have had with Marco Silva, because the now Everton manager apparently is encouraging his club to bid £50 million for the forward. Raf, this is obviously something we wouldn't really talk about Richarlison to Everton, but it's the money that has grabbed everybody's attention.
It does beg a belief. I mean, Everton showed last summer that they're willing to spend vast sums of money on perhaps players that are not quite worth it. Gylfi Sigurdsson for £50 million is a good example. But Richarlison has done not nearly as much as Sigurdsson had done for the same money. I guess he counts as Premier League proven, in inverted commas, because he scored a couple of goals and had a fairly decent start to the season, but didn't really show much consistency. Quite young. Resale value perhaps, but it does seem a really weird price tag. If you're Watford, you probably sell him happily for half the money. If someone pays £50 million, you drive him up to Everton by yourself in the car. It's a weird one, I have to say.
Money playing in the car.
Get in the car now.
Lock the doors.
Get in the car. M6. What's the M6? Right, just get in the car.
If all else fails,
have you got enough for the toll?
Give my back. If all else fails.
I couldn't agree more with Raf. I mean, if we were sitting here talking about Richard, and I know there's an inflated market, if we were sitting here talking about 25 million, I would still have been saying, hold on a minute. That's still a bit heavy. The age is a factor, of course it is, and he could blossom. I liked him, like Ralph said, he was up and down. He played a very good game. I saw him play against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. He's hot and cold. He likes to hit the deck a bit like his countryman Neymar as well. He was a bit guilty of that last year. But 50 million you know, I don't get
It's
it.
potty, isn't it?
Sorry?
It's just potty. It's complete and utter nonsense. And if I'm an Everton fan, I want to know who's in charge of transfers. Because quite clearly, it's a bit harsh, but you're wasting money.
Yeah.
The guy's nowhere near worth 50 million. He's 21 years of age. He's had one season, a half-decent season at that. That doesn't make you 50 million. So if I'm an Everton fan, I'm asking questions.
This is where Everton's strategy recently hasn't made much sense. I know they went down the director of football route and they've changed that. I think he's Steve Walsh. I think he's left now. But they had Koeman come in and they had Martinez come in and then he left. He spent. Then Koeman came in. That didn't work. So they outed him. Then Allardyce came in with a big staff. They paid a big staff, big load of money. They brought players in to stave off a relegation battle, but it was never really a relegation battle. Now they go out, Marco Silva comes in, that's cost them money. He's throwing money at other players now. There's just seems short-term strategy after short-term strategy at Everton, and it's costing them a lot of money.
Hello and welcome to Extra Time. The weekend is here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of Liverpool questions for you, Stevie. Are you ready? Strap yourselves in.
Oh, what?
Does Steve Nicol think that Vida would be an improvement over Lovren? Is there any sense to be made of this rumour? Oh. That's a funny noise.
You got gas?
I would say no.
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 Who would you want, Stevie, as a centre-back to
You know what?
Van Dijk?
If I could right now, I would
Ramos.
go to Atletico Madrid and get Godin. He's got another couple of seasons left in him. The guy is just an out-and-out defender who organises...
Step down though, that's the problem, isn't it? And Atleti to Liverpool.
How is it? When did,
He's
who got to
baiting
the
you.
Champions League final last year?
Ignore him.
Who got to the Champions League final last year?
Who got?
Who got to the champ last year? Oh, you're not going to start throwing 2 and 3, 4 years ago at me now.
Well,
are
you
you?
were throwing last year at me.
What are you talking about?
When was the last time Liverpool won the
Look,
league?
who was in the Champions League final?
Liverpool.
I'll tell you what I'll do then, right?
Don't know, I never forget
Who
when
got
it's up.
further in the Champions League last season?
Right.
Liverpool and Atletico
What about the season
Madrid.
before that? What about the season before that? What about the season before that? What about the season
Well, what
before
about
that?
1984 when Liverpool won it?
So is it-
How many times have Atletico
So we can only
Madrid
go
won
back
it? Well,
last-
you're the one that's thrown in history. So how many times have Atletico Madrid won it?
0.
0. How many
Yes.
times have Liverpool won it? 5. So it's hardly a step down, Daniel. Thank you.
Who should Liverpool sign next? Fekir or a central defender? If you could have any central defender, who?
I know he's a little under to it, but I would definitely sign Godin. And no,
Step down,
it's
though.
not a step down.
Is Fekir worth all the fuss?
I like him, yes. Yeah, he's young.
Right.
He's got
Raf.
ability. He scored
what?
some goals. I mean, the guy's a talent and he's exciting.
Right.
And Liverpool right now, from what we saw last year, I know it's history according to you, but they were exciting last year. He fits in.
Raf, Liverpool are done. Are they in the transfer market?
They're saying they're done. I still think that they could do with a centre-back, as you said, perhaps even another central midfielder. But Fekir is definitely not happening. That is the latest. It's been the latest since the beginning of June, and it's just hasn't ever reheated since then.
Who do I have to bribe for extra time to get new background music on the show? That guitar riff is probably going to be responsible for Steve Nicol and Craig Burley ending up in an undeserved early grave. I don't think the guitar riff is the least of their problems. To be honest, would you like to change the music?
What music?
There you go, good.
Yeah, we're very innovative. Change it every 6 years. No, probably
We've
not
had this
even.
for a few years, haven't
Yeah, yeah.
We're very traditional.
Well, we got rid of the couch.
we? Yeah, the couch is gone.
Yeah. Chairs are a bit uncomfortable.
I need to get rid of these chairs, I know.
Really? You don't like them?
A bit uncomfortable. There you
I
go.
might swing my legs all the time.
Well, swing them. It's fine.
Oh, I can do it now.
Oh, yeah, we can't see you. That better?
Relax now. Oh, tense.
Raf, with Ronaldo at Juventus, will Bayern finally be able to beat Real Madrid in the Champions League knockout match? Oh.
Yeah, but they might be beaten by Juventus. I think it bodes well for everyone who's not Real Madrid. It was hard to see what it would take to break their dominance. With Zidane stepping down and Ronaldo no longer there, they don't look quite as intimidating. So I think a lot of the clubs who've been struggling against them, you know, Barcelona, the English teams as well, and Bayern, of course, will fancy their chances just a little bit more next season.
But the referee might help as well, particularly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Or
Old Casemiro.
how the hell he stayed in the pitch. And was there 2 offside goals in that game?
Just a couple, yeah.
Yeah, but other than that,
Apart from that,
it's all right.
Bayern got all the luck.
nitpicking.
Raf,
That is nitpicking at its finest.
Right.
Is
That's
it-
what I do best.
Is Higuain really needed, or should Morata, Raf, get another shot at Chelsea this season?
Well, Chelsea need a striker that scores goals, and it depends on Sarri's view. If Sarri thinks, you know, Morata, I've seen him what he can do at Juve, I can get his confidence back, because whatever happened between him and Conte, he was completely shot at the end of the season. He was looking a shadow of his former self. So if Sarri believes in the next few days, when he gets to know him a little bit better, when he comes back, first of all, from his holiday, that he is still the Morata he saw in Serie A, then there's no reason to trade him for Higuain, who's much less mobile, not nearly as physically imposing. Morata, on paper, gives you a lot more. But it'll come down to what kind of Morata turns up, the one from the end of last season or the one who moved to Chelsea in the first place.
He's not only got the manager to win over, he's still got the fans, because and it affects players.
Yeah.
You're playing at home every second week and the fans are howling at you because you're falling over and you're not holding the ball up and the goals have sort of dried up. You're not doing the things that they saw you doing at Real Madrid and Juventus, and then your confidence gets shot to pieces. And so he's got a few battles on his hand if he has to stay.
I believe that is the end of Extra Time.
What about the music?
The music will still continue, as will we tomorrow. Although I'm off.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Are you off, Stevie, tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, Craig, you in?
Oh, I'm in tomorrow.
Wow.
You?
What a workhorse. No, I'm off tomorrow.
Last day tomorrow for me, so get stuffed.
Ever?
Well, you know, probably.